Yo, what's good? It's your boy Rolly. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys the best settings for Warzone Pacific. These settings will be for console players as well as PC players. So if you guys enjoy, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel for more Warzone videos. And let's get right into the settings. Since I'm a mouse and keyboard player, I will go over these settings first. I will go over the controller settings after this. So for mouse sensitivity, I use 3.0 because I have a 1600 DPI. Of course, this is specific to you, but this is just my sensitivity, so you guys have to figure out your own. I have my ADS mouse sensitivity mod on relative, and everything else that's down here is set to standard. Going over to movement, I have slide behavior set to tab, so I don't have to keep pressing the button to slide. And then I have crouch behavior set to toggle as well as prone behavior, so I only have to press it once. I set automatic airborne mental to disabled because this is actually very annoying if you guys are in a gunfight and your character automatically starts mentaling. So make sure you guys have this set to disabled. I also have automatic sprint set to automatic tactical sprint, so I don't have to press shift, because for me that is really annoying, so make sure you guys turn this on as well. I put my walk speed to 55%. I have parachute auto deploy set to disabled so I can hit the ground faster, and I have hold to use set to disabled as well. Now for the rest on weapons and equipment and all that stuff, I have everything set to the default setting, so I didn't really change a lot here. Going over to the controller settings, like I said, I don't use controllers, so I can give you settings that most people use, but of course you guys will have to change them to your liking. For BR button layout, either use default or tactical, that's what I see most people use. Set stick layout preset to default. Now for dead zone, make sure that the max input dead zone is set to 0.99 and that your minimum input dead zone is set to what you want, because this will actually give you less stick drift. You just have to figure out the right number for your controller. Now for sensitivity on controller, I see a lot of people use 14. Of course you can go higher or lower, it depends on you. Now for aim response curve type, I see a lot of people use dynamic, but there's also people that use linear or standard. You guys have to really just try out and see for yourself. Make sure controller vibration is on disabled because I don't know why you would have this turned on. This just makes it so much worse. So just turn this off, please. For aim assist, make sure this is on precision, because precision is actually the best aim assist that you can have. Precision will actually slow down your crosshair as soon as you come near the target. Make sure you guys have scale aim assist with FOV set to disabled. I think this is also just a setting on PC. I don't think this is on console, but in case you guys have this on console, make sure it's disabled. Everything else right here is set to the default setting, except armor plate behavior. Make sure this is on apply all, because that way you only have to press your button once. Then for movement, make sure slide behavior like on keyboard and mouse is set to tab, and also turn on automatic tactical sprint and turn off parachute auto deploy. Now going over to graphics, most of these settings are only for PC, but there might be some settings in here for console. So going over to display mode, I have this on full screen borderless just so I can tab out, but if you guys don't have to tab out, make sure this is on full screen. Also make sure that screen refresh rate is set to the max you can have. I have a 144Hz monitor, so that's why it's set to 144. Make sure render resolution is set to 100. Put dynamic resolution on disabled. Put VSync on disabled. And then for custom frame rate limit, put this to custom. And then for gameplay custom frame rate limit, put this to 141 if you have a 144Hz monitor. Basically 3 frames below your hertz. I put my brightness on 50. If the game is too dark for you, you can turn this up, but if the game is too bright for you, you can turn this down. Make sure NVIDIA highlights is on disabled, and make sure NVIDIA reflex low latency is set to enable plus boost. Going over to quality, on field of view I use 120. Make sure you guys use at least 100, because on console there is no FOV slider, so you will have a huge advantage over them. Also make sure that ADS field of view is set to affected. Make sure camera movement is set to at least 50%. This will make your camera less shaky if there's like stuff exploding or if you're climbing or running or something. Now for the rest of the graphics, I have them set to disabled or very low, because my computer is actually not able to run everything on high. But if you guys have a good computer, you can put this to high and like mess with the settings. But if you want to get max FPS, set this to very low. Going over to interface, make sure you guys have subtitles turned off and colorblind mode turned off as well. Now for the minimap, make sure you guys have the shape on square and the rotation set to enabled. Now for audio, I didn't really change much. I just put this to home theater and then basically messed around with the sound. Also quick little fun fact, if you guys want to change the hip marker sound effect, you guys can do this here as well. Mine is set to classic, but you can also choose MW or none, but I'm gonna keep this on classic. And those are basically all these settings that you guys need to know for Warzone Pacific. Pacific. If these settings helped you guys out, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel with post notifications turned on. We're so close to 2,500 subscribers, so it would really mean the world to me if you guys could drop a sub down below. If you guys have any more questions, I do stream on Twitch from Monday to Saturday at 7 PM PST. You guys can always join in and ask me questions and just vibe out. The link will be in the description. That being said, it's been about Rolly, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.